The playoffs are back. Finally. We've waited a year to finally have playoff NBA basketball again, and it couldn't be more exciting. We went through a long regular season with a lot of good moments, a lot of good teams, but finally we get down to the final 16. And I'm here to predict who gonna make it through each first round series. I'm DJ Baller. Like, subscribe, join the community. We going crazy during playoff time. So we have a lot of good first round matchups that I can't wait to get into. I feel like some of these matchups, maybe a few of them are easy to predict, but most of them are really up in the air. Two very close teams, and that's what we want to see. We want to see competitive basketball. We want to see basketball at the highest level, and let's get into the first matchups. I'm gonna start off with the 4 and 6 on both conferences, so we can start off with the Suns and Clippers. And if you guys already know, my prediction of the winner is the Phoenix Suns, so I'm gonna have them winning this series in 6 games. I feel like the duo of Booker and Durant, it's gonna be very hard to stop both of them. Maybe they can focus on one, but you always got to worry about that other guy going off. They're going to have to play very heavy minutes because their depth is not the best. But if you got both those guys on the floor, they should be a positive. If you got one of those guys on the floor, they should still be positive. You know what I mean? So I can't see the Clippers overcoming them, especially if I believe that Paul George won't be back maybe till the end of the series. But who knows? It may not even make it that far. But just Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has done some crazy things in the playoffs before. But these two superstars together, I feel like they're just destined for greatness. So I feel like it's going to be very hard for the Clippers to upset this. Very possible still, but I personally have the Suns in 6 comfortably. Comfortably. Aiden is going to have to be on in his bag too. He's going to go up against Zubac and Plumlee, who aren't really offensive threats. They can get their buckets under the rim, but mostly they're not going to be looked for an outlet for offense. So really, Aiden has to focus on the offensive side more, and he just has to be consistent. He's going to be the main threat because people are going to, again, look at Devin Booker and KD. Chris Paul is always going to have the ball. That rhymes. And Aiden really has to be in his bag. He has to realize that he has to take these opportunities because so much attention is going to be on the other guys, and I feel like he will. So yeah. Next series is the Knicks and Cavs, and to me this is the closest, as in the level of each team. They're probably at par. Hopefully Julius Randle is back, and if he is back, I feel like the Knicks will have this in 7. I feel like a lot of people are edging the Cavs in this series and kind of having a blind eye to the Knicks. But I don't know. This Knicks teams, to me, with Brunson, I feel like they are very complete. RJ Barrett needs to step up his game, of course, because I feel like Randall will be in his bag. Evan Mobley gonna make it hard for him, but I still feel like after the season Randall has had, I feel like Evan Mobley not gonna be the one to stop that run of his. Maybe slow him down, but not completely stop it. And Brunson, I feel like there's no answer to Brunson. The guards on the Cavs aren't the best defensively, and Brunson best be hunting those matchups against Garland and Mitchell, and I feel like you will get the better of them. I feel like Brunson's gonna shine in this series, like really, really put his marker down as the guy that's gonna bring the Knicks forward and gonna bring them to success one day. And the Cavs are an amazing team. So if the Cavs end up winning this, I am not completely shocked. It's just I gotta pick someone, and I feel like this Knicks team, it's the best chance they have of making a run in the playoffs. This is the best team they've had in a long time, and I feel like they will capitalize on this opportunity they got ahead of them. So Knicks in 7, but this is gonna be a close series, and this gonna be one to watch. Next up is another one that's up in the air. Oh, Kings versus Warriors. If this was last year, this would be completely one-sided series, but the Kings emergence this season and the Warriors drop off, the big drop off I must say, makes this a very intriguing series and one that really it's up in the air. It's either you feel like the Warriors, with their experience, their championship pedigree, will come through again and break down this Kings team that's inexperienced, first year in the playoffs in how many years. Yeah, it's either Golden State gonna do that or the Kings are gonna show what they've been doing in the regular season, that it's not a fluke, that this can transfer over into the playoffs, and that their number one offense will be too much for the Warriors to deal with, because the Warriors are not the best defensively. They're getting Wiggins back, they got Draymond, but this year still they have not been that good defensively, and they will need to pick it up to be able to compete with the Kings in this playoffs. And I feel like they will. I feel like the Warriors, Steph going to increase his game. Clay going to go crazy because he's been having a crazy, very underrated year that not a lot of people giving him respect for. And I feel like the Warriors are going to edge this. I think this series is going to go to 7 games. And I feel like the Warriors will win, though. But again, like the last series, if the Kings end up winning, I am not shocked at all. But Mr. Steph Curry, he gonna show why he's the best player right now, and he gonna show that he should be respected. He should be higher up in all-time rankings because he's gonna put the Warriors, even though they don't need him on his back, he gonna put the Warriors on his back, and they gonna come through. They gonna come through this series. Now to the first series that I feel like it's not even a competition, which is very sad to say because at the beginning of the year, this is the series that probably was number one on everyone's list they want to see in the postseason. And now that we have it, it's really an afterthought. Philly versus the Nets. If Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons was still playing, this series would be must watch. This series would be up in the air. I feel like you have a case for both teams to go through. But KD's gone, Kyrie's gone, Ben Simmons not playing, which may be a plus, but the team they have now, which is very exciting, but you can't really trust them to get past this Philly team. This Philly team is poised, they're ready, they're going to have the MVP of this season, Joel Embiid, really having a field day because Claxton, even though Claxton going to bring that energy, he can't compete with Embiid. He can't stop Embiid. He can't defend Embiid. Embiid's just a little too much for him. And then their backup center, Day'Ron Sharpe, had not had a lot of minutes this season. He gonna put in that energy against him, but I really feel like this series is gonna be the two centers on the Nets being in foul trouble and Embiid having a field day because no one else is gonna be able to come close to stopping him. Mikal Bridges, I feel like he is gonna have a breakout playoffs. This is the first playoffs. He's the number one option. I feel like he's gonna have a great series, but it's gonna be overshadowed by the fact that Philly is gonna smoke this team. Philly's not gonna be nice. Philly gonna end it in 4 or 5 games. I'm predicting 5. I think the Nets will get one game, but Philly's gonna want to get this series over quick because they know that they are the superior team and they know they're hoping they have a long playoffs ahead of them, so they would want to get this done early. So I have Philly in 5. Back to the exciting series. Memphis versus Lakers. And I don't know, beginning of this year, if people heard this series, people would be so one-sided on Memphis pulling through. But throughout the season, the Lakers made a lot of big changes, and honestly, they're on the form of their life in the past month, 2 months, and I feel like the narrative has switched. Steven Adams also injured, but people really feel like the Lakers are gonna get past the Grizzlies, which I feel like it will be a close series, but I don't see why there's any reasons I should put the Lakers high up and doubt the Grizzlies when the past 2 years they have showed that they're meant for the big time. They're meant for the big moments. They want to beat the best. LeBron James is on the other side. You don't think they're gonna put out their best, they're not going to be ready for this game. I feel like they're going to be too much. They're young. The Lakers are not going to be able to match their energy. The Lakers are really going to have to be in their defensive bag to have a chance in this, because Memphis are very good defensively when Jaren Jackson Jr. is on the court, of course. But I feel like Memphis are going to edge this. I think this is going to go to 7-game series. And yeah, I feel like Memphis are going to win them. Ja is going to be the main guy that really no one on the Lakers can stop. Desmond Bain going to be very consistent. Jaren Jackson going to be, if he stays on the court, he going to be great defensively, and he really going to show off his scoring ability in the playoffs. And Dylan Brooks, he going to show why he's an underrated defender. People got to put respect on his name. He going to try lock up LeBron. One game in this series, he's going to lock up LeBron, and a lot of people are going to take notice of that. But I feel like I'm a broken record. If the Lakers won this series, I wouldn't be shocked. But I feel very confident in saying that the Grizzlies will win this in 7. Celtic Hawks. Not gonna spend a lot of time on this. Celtics winning in 4. The Hawks ain't got nothing to stop the JB. Hawks ain't got nothing defensively to match this team. Hawks don't got the shooters to match the production they got. Celtics are going to rain threes on them, and the Hawks aren't going to be able to keep up. Trae Young is going to need a historic playoff series for them to have a chance. DeJounte Murray is going to have to show out, score crazy more than he's been doing in this regular season, and defend at the highest level possible for them to have a chance. But really, I see the Celtics sweeping this team no problem. I feel confident in saying that maybe one game at tops I'll give Atlanta. But this year's I feel the most confident in saying Celtics got this in the bag. Celtics would be so disappointed if they lost this. It would be a riot. They would riot down in Boston. But that's how confident everyone is in this Boston team. They're not gonna play around with Atlanta. They're gonna make easy work of them. Atlanta gonna wish they lost that first playing game to versus the Bucks. I bet they'd have a better chance with that team. They don't match up nice against the Celtics at all, and I feel like the Celtics they're gonna make easy work of them. So yeah, sorry Atlanta. Now we're on to the 1 versus 8 seeds, and in the West we got the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves, and I feel like the Nuggets, for this crazy year that they've been having, from Jokic been putting up MVP numbers again, even though he's probably not going to win it. I don't feel like the Timberwolves, the team without Jaden McDaniels, is going to really have a chance to stop them. Jaden McDaniels was going to be the assignment on Jamal Murray, making it tough for him. And without him on the court, really there's a drop-off in perimeter defenders that's going to stop him. And really they were hoping that he didn't have this injury, but unfortunately he does. They're still going to have to push through without him. There's the center battle with Rudy Gobert versus Jokic, and Jokic has most of the time won that battle, but this time they have two bigs, Cat's on the court too, but I feel like Aaron Gordon will do a great job on Cat. Cat gonna struggle with staying out of foul trouble this whole series. Anytime he has to pick up on Jokic, switch on Jokic, or anytime Gobert's on the bench, Cat's gonna struggle out there keeping up with the defensive side. But I feel like he still will do fine. But the Timberwolves as a whole, I feel like they don't got the firepower, the offense to combat with how good the Nuggets are going to be offensively and defensively as a whole. So I have the Nuggets winning this game comfortably in 6. I'll be shocked if the Timberwolves make this a series. And the very last series we have is the Bucks versus Heat. And I'm going to keep this short because I feel like this one is going to end in 4. Just like it did 2 years ago, this Miami Heat team is at an all-time low in just not being that good. They don't have the depth. They don't have the star power. Unless it's Jimmy Butler getting it on the offense, you have to hope for a guy like Max Strus. And you can't rely on him game to game to game. Luckily, he was there when they needed it to get out of the play-ins. But this is the playoffs. This is one game don't matter. This is 7 game series, and Miami Heat consistently won't have the firepower to come close to the Bucks. The Bucks defensively kind of matches up with the Heat defensively, but on offense is where you find a big gap in difference between the two teams, and they're gonna struggle stopping Giannis as any team would. But the 3 point shooting in the for the Bucks is bar none compared to the Heat. The Heat is gonna have to hope for Jimmy Butler having a historic playoff series for them to have a chance to compete. That's why I have the Bucks comfortably winning in 4 games. So this is my predictions for all the first round matchups. I'm excited to see how much I get right, how much I get wrong, and I honestly just can't wait that the playoffs are finally here. It's been a long time waiting, and I'm going to cherish this moment. But for y'all, like, subscribe the video, join the community, and I will see y'all very soon. Don't know.